how to draw Lewis structure, and I will teach you the super easy trick of drawing Lewis structure. Firstly, let me write the common elements like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and chlorine. These elements form many covalent compounds. There is only one electron present in hydrogen atom. There are 4 electrons present in the carbon atom. There are 5 electrons present in the nitrogen atom. There are 6 electrons present in the oxygen atom. There are 7 electrons present in the chlorine atom. We know that hydrogen needs one more electron to complete its duplet rule and get stability. There are already 4 electrons present in the valence shell of carbon, so it needs 4 more electrons to complete its octet rule and get stability. Similarly, nitrogen needs 3 more electrons, oxygen needs 2 more electrons, and chlorine needs only 1 electron to complete its octet rule and get stability. Now let me draw the Lewis structure of these elements. Write the symbol of hydrogen H and then put the dot on it. This dot represents the valence electron of hydrogen. Similarly, I write carbon and put 4 dots on it. I write nitrogen and put 5 dots on it. I write oxygen and put 6 dots on it. And finally, I write chlorine and put 7 dots on it. These are the Lewis structure of these elements. Now I will use these structures in order to draw the Lewis structure of any compound or molecule. For example, consider hydrogen molecule. Here, H2 means that there are 2 atoms of hydrogen are present in this molecule. So I take 2 atoms of hydrogen. Now this single electron of this hydrogen atom and this single electron of this hydrogen atom are mutually shared. It means that 2 electrons or 1 pair of electrons is shared between these 2 hydrogen atoms and we get this structure. Remember that these 2 shared electrons are owned by both hydrogen atoms. Hence, duplet rule of both hydrogen atoms is completed. This is the Lewis structure of hydrogen molecule. This single bond represents 2 electrons or 1 pair of shared electrons. Hence, noted down this Lewis structure of hydrogen. Secondly, consider oxygen molecule. I take 2 atoms of oxygen. There are already 6 electrons present in the valence shell of this oxygen atom and this oxygen atom. So they will share 2 electrons each in order to complete their octet rule and we get this structure. Remember that double bonds represents 4 electrons or 2 pairs of shared electrons. These 2 dotted pair of electrons on this oxygen atom and on this oxygen atom are called lone pairs of electrons. They are called lone pairs because they do not participate in chemical bonding. Thus, this is the Lewis structure of oxygen molecule. Also noted down that in this case, half arrow represents the flow of only 1 electron, while in this case, the full arrow represents the flow of 2 electrons. Thirdly, consider HCl. I take 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of chlorine. Hydrogen needs 1 more electron to complete its duplet rule and chlorine also needs 1 more electron to complete its octet rule. So they mutually share a pair of electron and we get this structure. There are 3 lone pairs on chlorine. So this is the Lewis structure of HCl. Fourthly, consider CH4. I take 1 atom of carbon and 4 atoms of hydrogen. We know that carbon needs 4 more electrons to complete its octet rule, while hydrogen atoms need 1 electron each to complete its duplet rule. So each hydrogen atom shares its 1 electron with carbon, and carbon share its 4 electrons with each hydrogen atom and we get this structure. Thus this is the Lewis structure of CH4. Fifthly, consider NH3. I take 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. We know that nitrogen needs 3 more electrons to complete its octet rule, and hydrogen atoms need 1 electron each to complete its duplet rule. Nitrogen shares its 3 electrons with hydrogen, and hydrogen atoms shares 3 electrons with nitrogen, and we get this structure. There is only one lone pair present on nitrogen atom. Thus, this is the Lewis structure of NH3. Finally, consider H2O. I take 1 atom of oxygen and 2 atoms of hydrogen. We know that oxygen needs 2 more electrons to complete its octet rule, and hydrogen atoms need 1 electron each to complete their duplet rule. Thus, oxygen atom shares its 2 electrons with each hydrogen atom, and hydrogen atom shares 1 electron each with oxygen atom, and we get this structure. There are 2 lone pairs present on oxygen atom. Thus, this is the Lewis structure of H2O. Therefore, using this trick, we can easily draw the structure of any compound or molecule.